Team USA's biggest weakness with this World Cup roster. That is what we will be covering today. And I know I have the entire midfield up here on the screen, but we will be honing in on that defensive midfield because Poch left out Tanner Tessman. Johnny Cardoso was injured. And so now we're relying on Berhalter and Roldan to be those pieces. Overall, our midfield is actually a very good midfield in terms of the player pool that should be here. However, given certain situations, injuries, Poch not believing players are the right fit, whatever it may be, our midfield is not as strong as it should be. Our attacking midfield is. We have one of the better attacking midfields I think Team USA has ever had, highlighting Weston McKennie, one of the best all-around players in Serie A. He is a jack of all trades. Wherever Juve needs him, Weston McKennie will play. Whether that be attacking midfielder, defensive midfielder, he's even played a little bit of fullback time to time, and he's been good at it as an attacking wingback type of position. He knows what to do. He's a good defender. He's a good offensive player. He's a good playmaker. He is one of the best all-around players. Dare I say, given the current form of Christian Pulisic, he is the best all-around player on Team USA and probably the best player Team USA has at the moment, given the players' forms. Our other attacking midfielders are going to include Malik Tillman and Gio Reyna. Malik Tillman, yes, he didn't have a great year at Bayer Leverkusen. He probably wasn't worth the record-breaking fee that they paid for him. However, he was a stud at PSV. He showed he is more than good enough to play European-level football, at least in the Eredivisie. And at Bayern, he wasn't terrible. At Bayern Leverkusen, he wasn't Bayern Munich, but you know, he played at Bayern Leverkusen. It's a respectable side in the top 5 European league, and he played solid. He didn't look like he was terrible. Yes, he didn't look like the superstar. You know, he wasn't replacing Florian Wirtz. He wasn't this all around, he was going to carry the team. That's not who he is. But he's a quality player. He played decent enough. He showed he was a solid piece for Leverkusen, and he is a solid piece for Team USA. He can hold his own in the top 5 league on a good team in the top 5 league, and he has shown that. Our third offensive midfielder, in my opinion, Gio Reyna, is actually one of the best we have. Yes, Gio isn't in the form he used to be. Back when he was at Borussia Dortmund, he was incredible. Back in the day when he was young. However, he had his injury struggles at Borussia Dortmund. He struggled to get on the field for Dortmund. He had the loan out to Nottingham Forest. It did not go too well. And then he ended up getting the move to Mönchengladbach. He is still one of the most talented soccer players on this planet, in my opinion. He doesn't have the fitness he used to. He doesn't have the acceleration and speed that he used to. I don't think I've seen this man sprint in years at full speed on a pitch. However, his playmaking, his ability to pick a pass, his ability to just see the field as a whole and put the ball where the ball needs to be to give other people an opportunity. I think Gio Reyna will have his moments in this World Cup, especially against weaker sides in the group stage. I think Gio is an important part of this team. And again, he's shown he can play. Yes, he's not a starter for Gladbach, but he has shown that he is a useful piece here and there. Again, Gio, useful piece might be a bit of a stretch. He usually comes off the bench in the latter halves of the games, but all 3 of these players have shown that they are quality pieces on a pitch, whether at the highest level, such as Weston McKennie, whether at a quality level, such as Malik Tillman, or even at a level that, yes, he might not be at the level for a top 5 league anymore. But if you put Gio Reyna in the Eredivisie, if you put Gio Reyna in the Portuguese league, if you put Gio Reyna back in MLS, Gio Reyna would dominate. So all 3 of these players are quality pieces for our attacking midfielder going into the World Cup. Now is where it gets a little shaky. And in my opinion, it is the worst part of our midfield. It's our defensive midfield. Yes, we have Tyler Adams out of Bournemouth. He has shown to be a quality piece in the Premier League. He holds his own time and time again, game in and game out. This dude shows up. He's not the best on-ball player. You know, he doesn't have the greatest dribbles in the world. He's a decent playmaker. But as a defensive holding midfielder, as part of a double pivot, Tyler Adams is a quality player. And in my opinion, right now, going into this World Cup, he may be our most important player, given that we do not have a single other quality defensive midfielder on this roster. Someone like Johnny Cardoso, who should be on this roster. He's a starter. I want to say starter. Sometimes he comes off the bench, but he's a quality piece for Atletico Madrid. He has played well for Atleti. Yes, there are some games he gets benched, but he has played quality minutes in La Liga. He has played quality minutes in Champions League football, and he has shown that he belongs on the big stage, and this was his chance. This was the year where he was supposed to show up, and he should have been part of that double pivot alongside Tyler Adams, but he got injured. He got injured going into the World Cup. I believe they said it would be a few weeks before he can even get back to slow speed, back on his feet and really trying to get back to it. So by the time he'd be back up to full speed and fitness ready to actually play in a match, the World Cup would more than likely be over. Our other defensive midfielder that, in my opinion, should have been on this roster is going to be Tanner Tessman. Tanner Tessman has played incredible for Olympique Lyon this year so far. Yes, Ligue 1 is not considered the greatest league out there. Ligue 1 is still a top 5 league in Europe. Lyon is one of the better sides in Ligue 1, and Tanner Tessman has played well for this side throughout the entirety of this season. Tanner Tessman showed that he is a great defender. I think he can play center back. He has played center back at times for Lyon, especially after his injury. And he has been incredible for them, in my opinion. However, Poch thought that this may have been the injury, or it may have been that he simply didn't believe that Tanner Tessman fit the system that he wanted to run. But as a result, Tanner Tessman did not get the call up to the World Cup roster. So we are missing 2 of our best 3 defensive midfielders, without a Johnny Cardoso, without a Tanner Tessman, leaving only Tyler Adams as our true defensive midfielder, and Weston McKennie, who can kind of do it all. As I said, this man can play attacking midfielder. He can be put in the defensive midfielder spot. He's even gone out wide, played wing back positions, full back positions. This dude can do it all. But we are down 2 of our best defensive midfielders on this roster. And when looking at that situation, Tyler Adams is not known to be the most, I don't want to say healthy, because he's had a good season. He's played most games this season, I believe. But he is not an Iron Man. This man is not going to play the full 90 minutes of every single match, every single game. That's just not who he is. We ran him into the ground during the Gold Cup. He clearly isn't able to do that many minutes on the pitch. Meaning, who do we have next to him? Or as the next man up if Tyler Adams goes down, or if he just needs to sit going into the second half of a match here and there. Our options are Sebastian Berhalter from MLS, and then we have Christian Roldan, also from MLS. Neither of which, in my opinion, should be on this roster. Or, sure, you can throw them on the roster, but should not be playing meaningful minutes on this roster. However, they will have to. There will not be a choice. If you put McKennie in that attacking midfielder spot, and yes, you have other options there. You have Malik Tillman, you have Gio Reyna. So hypothetically, you put McKennie back, which in my opinion, he's best as an attacking midfielder. That's where he's going to shine. You put him on the ball, you let him make some plays, you let him do some things. But hypothetically, you trust Tillman and Reyna, you let them play up top, kind of run through them. So then you have McKennie as part of a double pivot alongside Adams. What if Adams goes down, hypothetically? Then who do you have? Because McKennie, he's a great defensively. I don't want to sell him short. But that's not his primary position. Once again, he's a midfielder. He can do it all, as I've said many times. But you do not have a true anchor defensively, a true holding midfielder if Tyler Adams goes down. You don't have Tessman. You don't have Cardoso. Berhalter and Roldan are not at the level. They don't have the quality to be the anchor of a defensive midfielder. McKennie might be able to do it. I do not want to sell this man short. I think he has been an incredible player in the Serie A this season. I think he has shown time and time again we should never doubt Weston McKennie. However, when your backup to a Prem League starter is an MLS quality player, the drop-off is so drastic that when we're playing against better sides in the knockout rounds of this World Cup, this could come back to haunt us and really bite us in the butt. And trust me when I tell you, I do not want this to be the case. I really don't. I hope Tyler Adams stays healthy throughout the entirety of this tournament. I hope he truly can be that anchoring defensive midfielder, that holding midfielder that we need, and that Weston McKennie can play alongside him in that double pivot if that's what Poch decides to run. And that together they can just really lock down that midfield. Then up top, you can have Gio Reyna, Malik Tillman, have them feeding into the attack. And if that works out perfectly, Adams stays healthy, McKennie can do anything. As I already said, I will never doubt Weston McKennie. If that works out, great. But if Tyler Adams goes down, or not even goes down, God forbid he does end up going down, but if he needs a rest, this man's going to be playing an entire World Cup tournament. He just finished a full season in the Prem. If he needs a breather in the second half, if he has to go out in the 60th minute a game here or in the 70th minute there, who do we have to replace him? Berhalter would probably be who Poch would go to. And I like Berhalter. I think he's a quality MLS player. In my opinion, probably the best midfielder in the MLS. However, is this dude going to be the one anchoring your midfield? Is he who you want anchoring your midfield? And I don't think so. And again, like I said, yes, we have Weston there. Weston can fix a lot of the little mistakes. However, I think that if Tyler Adams goes down, this is clearly the weakest position that we have on this roster.